This franchise didn't just change gaming, it defined an entire generation. Parkour before parkour was even a concept, cinematic combat, time manipulation, and a hero that felt almost mythological. But today, it's almost completely forgotten. So, what really happened to Prince of Persia? And how did one of gaming's most iconic series slowly disappear? To understand its downfall, we need to go back to where it all began, a time when Ubisoft wasn't known for endless open worlds, but for innovation. And one franchise stood at the center of it all. The original Prince of Persia started back in the late 80s, but the real revolution came in 2003. With the Sands of Time, everything changed. Players weren't just controlling a character, they were experiencing a cinematic journey. The game introduced fluid parkour movement, wall-running puzzle platforming, mixed with combat and the revolutionary time rewind mechanic. If you made a mistake, you could literally undo it. It was ahead of its time in every possible way. Then came the sequels, Warrior Within the Two Thrones. The tone became darker, combat became more aggressive, and the franchise reached its peak popularity. At this point, Prince of Persia wasn't just a game, it was a benchmark for action-adventure design. But success brings pressure. Ubisoft wanted evolution, and in 2008, they rebooted the franchise. The new Prince of Persia looked stunning. Art style changed, animation became smoother, the world felt like a painting. But something was missing. The biggest criticism? You couldn't die. Every mistake was automatically corrected, which removed tension from gameplay. It was beautiful, but too forgiving. Players felt like the challenge was gone, and slowly an interest began to fade. Then came the final major attempt, The Forgotten Sands in 2010. It tried to bring back everything fans loved. Classic platforming combat system, closer to Sands of Time, nostalgic tone, but something had already changed. Another Ubisoft franchise was rising, Assassin's Creed. It took the parkour foundation of Prince of Persia and expanded it into a massive open-world experience. And it worked. In fact, it worked so well that Ubisoft made a decision that would change everything. Resources shifted, development focus changed, marketing shifted, and slowly, Prince of Persia was no longer the priority. It wasn't officially canceled. It wasn't killed. It was abandoned through evolution. Years passed. No main entries, no major announcements, only silence. Fans waited, but nothing came. Meanwhile, Assassin's Creed became one of the biggest franchises in gaming history. The irony is hard to ignore. The game that was inspired by Prince of Persia eventually replaced it. Recently, Ubisoft announced a remake of Sands of Time, and for a moment, hope returned. But the project faced delays, development issues, and uncertainty about the final product. So the question remains, is this the return of a legend, or just one final attempt to revive the past? Prince of Persia never truly died. It just became part of something bigger. But for those who played it in its prime, it will always be more than a game. It was a feeling, a moment in time, a legend, and legions never really disappear.